This talk is brought to you by the Bamberg Mathematical Consciousness Science Initiative.
My name is Jakub Mihálik, and I would like to tell you about this paper that I've written together with Tom Marvan. In this paper, we investigate whether this view of neurophenomenal structuralism, which we'll abbreviate as NPS, defended by the great Sasha, who is here, of course. Oh, I just did something that I didn't mean to do. Yes, I got it. Sasha, but also Lucas Kopp, Holger Lira, and others defend. And we ask whether NPS could serve as a general theory of consciousness. And in gist, NPS is an approach to consciousness according to which specific character of an experience isn't a matter of some intrinsic qualia, intrinsic properties of experience, but rather of the experience's relations to other possible experiences of the organism. So character is individuated relationally, structurally. It's the individuation claim. And structuralists also defend the mirroring claim, which says, well, these character determining structures are preserved in the NCC of the experience. So neurophenomenal structuralism proposes this important structural similarity constraint on candidate NCCs. And I'll move again. So is NPS, however, a general theory of consciousness? Well, it's complicated. As Sasha and Lucas Kopp note, any theory of consciousness must address these two questions. One is the individuation question, what individuates this specific character of experience E, or this kind of character, and the other being the criterion question, like what is responsible for E, for this experience even being conscious? What makes it conscious? What makes it an experience? And according to most of its proponents, and neurophenomenal structuralism only addresses the individuation question, so only explains character, the specific character. It isn't so. NPS wouldn't be a full theory of consciousness, but Sasha has suggested that NPS, if we suitably modify it, it could be a general theory of consciousness addressing both questions, and he proposes this makes this very interesting proposal where he endorses the NPS relational count of character, which I tried to mention, describe. But he also argues that to get an experience out of, as opposed to unconscious contents, the character individuating structures must be incorporated in these larger metastructures, which incorporate the character-related structures, and also these metastructures are themselves mirrored in phenomenology in the form of what he calls Gestalt structures. And here, this famous Canisia triangle can be one example. So in the paper, we offer a response. We say this is an interesting and to an extent heroic attempt to have a fully structuralist theory of consciousness, but we worry that the incorporation relation, the metastructures incorporating the character structures, it's an irreflexive relation, so A cannot really incorporate itself, so it's unclear why the metastructures on Fink's proposal get mirrored in phenomenology. We also discuss some empirical research on just perception, which by Mudrick and colleagues, which seems to suggest that these Gestalt structures could be processed unconsciously, so Gestalts wouldn't be only reserved for consciousness. And in our paper, we say much more in response to Sasha and try to raise these two general challenges for neurophenomenal structuralism construed as a general theory. So the paper is not meant merely as a negative thing. We try to present these challenges which structuralists could try to address if they find them interesting or persuasive. And this is the paper, and thank you for your attention.